all you fabulous people, and welcome back to my channel. What a beautiful day it is. Spring is officially here, and along with spring comes beautiful weather, which means it's time to open up our outdoor eating space. I love eating outdoors in the fresh air. Now we are going to kick off our outdoor eating with a Mother's Day spring-inspired menu to die for. You're gonna plot. This is an amazing menu. We are going to make a delicious Mother's Day spring-inspired menu highlighting the berries of the season. But before we get to all this good stuff, go on and do me a favor, pause this video and hit that subscribe button and introduce yourself down below. My name is Shawn Lynn and I am a stay-at-home wife and nana, and here on my channel, I share my love for all things homemaking that help make our lives and our homes just as fabulous as they can be. So if that sounds like something up your alley, I would love for you to become part of the She's in Her Element community. So today I am hosting Mother's Day at my house, and I have put together a delicious fresh berry inspired menu to celebrate. I love fresh berries. All fresh berries. I'm not even sure if I have a favorite berry. I like them all. What's your favorite summertime berry? Let me know down below. There is just something incredibly special about eating outdoors at a beautifully decorated table in the fresh air with the birds singing and the breeze carrying all of those gorgeous scents of springtime on it. I love eating outdoor. I love having an outdoor eating space. Does it get any better than that? Because I'm really thinking it doesn't. Now, one of the reasons I really love this time of year is the availability of all of the fresh fruits and vegetables that come with the spring and summertime. Sure, you can find just about anything any time of the year, but everything is always better when it's in season. Am I right? So, to celebrate the fruits of this season and to give a refreshing, light, but filling twist on Mother's Day with a menu I don't think many have seen, we are going to prepare watermelon fruit salad with a refreshing lime mint dressing. So good. We will be making a berry pesto pasta salad. Who would have thought to put berries and pasta together, huh? It's so good. And can I just tell you, with that salad, with the sweetness of the berries and the peppery arugula, is just a flavor profile you are not expecting, but you are so glad is here. We will also be having some prosciutto and melone skewers. And if you're not sure what that is cantaloupe with prosciutto. I first saw this on Eat, Pray, Love when Julia Roberts was in Italy and she was ordering for the table, and she ordered prosciutto and melone. And I was really like, what is that all about? And I made it, and I'm telling you, it is a game changer. So good. So we're going to add that to our menu, and we're going to wash all of that down with a delicious lavender lemonade. Yes, that is exactly what I said. It is so refreshing in such a different twist and delight that this is going to quickly become your summertime favorite. And you can leave it as a mocktail, or you could turn it into a cocktail by simply adding some vodka or even some rum. But for today, we are going to keep it just as it is. No alcohol involved. It is so yummy. And did I mention dessert? How could I have forgotten dessert? That is the best part of every meal, right? I am going to share a recipe with you guys for raspberry lemonade cupcakes. What? Yeah, that's right. I said raspberry lemonade cupcakes. Are you seeing the theme here with the berries? And as always, I will be dropping the links to all of the recipes in the video description below. So be sure to pop down there and click on each link. Jump over to my blog and print off your free copy of each and every one of these recipes, because trust me, these are definite recipes you are going to want in your recipe binder. So let's jump right into it, shall we? We're going to start with dessert because that takes the longest. So to get it going, I am just going to zest some lemon and I am going to put that in a food processor with some sugar and I'm just going to pulse it till it's like fine, like probably a minute on and off. You just want to incorporate all of that lemon into the sugar. Now I'm going to add some butter to my mixture and I'm also going to put in that lemon sugar mixture and I'm just going to beat it until it's pale and fluffy. Next, I'm going to add one whole egg. And when that's incorporated, I'm going to add an egg white, let that mix up. And I'm going to add one more egg white. But to the final egg white, I'm actually going to add some vanilla and some lemon extracts. While that's mixing up in a separate bowl, we are going to incorporate some buttermilk and some lemon juice together with a whisk. In a sifter placed over another bowl, we are going to add 2 different flours, some baking powder, some baking soda, and some salt. And we're just going to sift all of that together to get out any lump. Now, this is the important part. To that mixture we have in our mixer, we are going to add 3 batches of dry, wet, dry. So I'm going to add the dry that we just sifted together. Then I'm going to add a little bit of the buttermilk with the lemon juice whisked in it. And I'm going to end again with a little bit more of the dry ingredients. And you want to do this slowly, and you definitely want to scrape the bowl down in between and do it in a set of 3. I don't know why. That's just how it goes. I've never deviated, and it just really works out doing it that way. So continue to do it that way and let it whip up together. This is a thick, like cornbread batter when you're done. I know you're not supposed to consume raw eggs, salmonella, blah, 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 but I have to try it. It is so good. It's perfect. I think it's much more elegant to serve a cupcake that doesn't have a paper to peel off, so I'm going to spray my pan with some canola oil. Yes, my oldest is going to lick the beater. I'm just going to fill my pan using my little cupcake scoop, which I absolutely love. It gives me the exact same amount each time for even cupcakes. And then I'm going to toss that into a preheated 350-degree oven. We're going to let those bake for about 18 to 20 minutes. Now, while those are baking, I am going to get a simple syrup together of just some fresh lemon juice and some sugar. I am going to incorporate that, let the sugar melt into the lemon juice. And when the cupcakes are done, I'm going to remove them from the pan. I'm going to put them on a wire rack. And while they are still warm, I am going to brush the cupcakes with this simple syrup and let it absorb into the cupcakes as they cool. Here's one of the best kitchen tips I could ever share with anybody. As you're going through and doing like a day's worth of cooking, clean up after each dish. Clean up before you start the next dish, whether it's the dishwasher, washing a few things by hand. If you do this in between each and every dish, your kitchen will never be overwhelming. It will never look like a bomb went off. And you will also have all of your utensils and measuring cups, anything that you could possibly need for the next recipe ready to go. And this is just something I always follow. It is a rule of thumb. And that way I never get discouraged and overwhelmed when I am doing a big cooking marathon day like today. Even if it is fruit, it still takes a lot to put all this together. Do you clean as you go, or do you wait until you're done making all of your messes and then hit it at once, one and done? Let me know in the comments down below. I would really love to know where everybody falls on this. I personally can't. I will get too overwhelmed if my kitchen is a mess. I don't have a lot of space to begin with, so doing this is necessary for my sanity. Cupcakes are done, and I truly wish you could smell the scents in my kitchen. It is such a lovely, light fragrance of lemon that is coming off of these. I cannot wait to eat it. And while they are still nice and warm, we are going to run that simple syrup over the top of them using a brush. You're not going to saturate them, but you do want to cover them completely and allow that simple syrup to absorb into the warm cupcakes. And then we're just going to set them aside and move on to the next. We need to create a lavender-infused simple syrup for our lemonade, so I am going to just take a little saucepan. I'm going to add some sugar, some water, and some dried lavender to that. I'm going to get that up on the stove, and I am going to let that simmer for 5 minutes. When the 5 minutes is up, I am very carefully going to put it through a fine mesh strainer, and I'm going to drain the lavender pieces right out of the simple syrup that is left. Now I'm just going to set this aside in the fridge and let it chill so that I can make my lemonade with it once it's ready. I need to get some elbow pasta going on the stove for our berry pesto pasta salad. Say that 5 times fast, right? But I'm just going to add some water to a pot and I'm going to put some salt in that and I'm going to bring that water to a boil and put my elbow in there and cook it for the time specified. Then I am going to drain it and I'm actually going to put this in the fridge and let it chill because I need this to be like completely room temperature when we assemble this dish together. Now I'm going to assemble that lavender lemonade. So I have this gorgeous, beautiful vessel that I'm going to put it in. I'm going to start with some water and then I'm going to add a really good lemon juice. And I have to stress, if it's not fresh, make sure it's a really good lemon juice. And I'm also going to elevate the visual aspect of this dish by adding some purple gel food coloring to the water and bringing it to that beautiful lavender color. It really, really takes it to a whole nother level when you do this stuff. And now you have to sample it to make sure the ratio of lavender to lemon is perfect. Oh, that is so good. Lavender and lemon are an amazing combination together. I get tired of the same old, same old. Everybody does mimosas, everybody does whatever. You need to do this. So different and delicious, oh my lord. Now we're going to quickly assemble the prosciutto and melone. This takes no time at all. Basically, all you're going to do is cube up some of your cantaloupe, like 1 inch pieces. Remove the rind from that, obviously. And then using a little wooden skewer and some prosciutto, I like to take 1 slice of prosciutto and cut that into 4 pieces. And I'll fold those 4 pieces and each one will become a skewer. So I'll alternate a piece of melon, a piece of prosciutto, a piece of melon, a piece of prosciutto. You get the gist. And I just put them on a pretty platter, lay them out nice, and add some fresh mint or even basil for garnish. And can I just say, basil is an exceptional choice in this particular instance. Trust me. Now we're going to make our dressing for our watermelon fruit salad, and we're going to start by getting some lime zest. And we're going to put that in a bowl, and to that we're going to add some freshly squeezed lime juice. And the recipe calls for agave syrup, but if you don't have agave syrup, you can totally use honey. That's what I have, so that's what I'm going to use. And I'm also going to add some fresh mint that I finely chopped, and I'm just going to whisk that all together, and that is going to create this amazingly refreshing, unbelievable dressing for our watermelon fruit salad. Like you are totally not expecting this flavor profile whatsoever, but it is so amazing. Now that that quick dressing is done, we are actually going to put the watermelon fruit salad together. And I'm just going to take some cubed watermelon and I'm going to add that to a bowl with some sliced strawberries. I'm also going to be adding some raspberries to that. And the original recipe does call for cherries, but cherries are not in season around here. The only thing that I could find was frozen ones. I did buy some, but I thought I'm not going to actually do this. They're just going to be too wet and too yucky. I don't want to put that in my fruit salad to ruin anything. So we're just going to skip the cherries process altogether. And then once I have all of my fruit together, I'm going to add the dressing. I am going to toss it and I'm going to get this into the refrigerator so it can chill nicely until we are ready to serve it. Moving right along, we're going to assemble our berry pesto pasta salad. So I am just going to take some strawberries and I'm going to dice them up. Now to my cooled pasta, I'm going to actually put the diced strawberries in, and then I am going to add some blackberries. I'm going to add some mini mozzarella balls. I'm also going to add some fresh chopped basil. So yummy. All right, now this salad does call for arugula to be added to it. If you know anything about adding greens to dressings, they wilt. So we want to save that until right before serving. So the arugula will go in right before we serve it, but we are going to mix up this dressing. Not only is this salad delicious, but it is also beautiful. Look at all those gorgeous colors. Have you ever had a pasta salad with fruit in it before? Let me know in the comments below. Look at that mozzarella, blackberries, strawberries, fresh basil, elbows, and the peppery arugula when we add it makes this salad out of this world. Now, the dressing for our berry pesto pasta salad is simple. It's literally made with some pesto, some champagne vinegar, and some honey. That's it. We're going to whip it up and pour that right over our salad. Now, the last thing we have to do is make our raspberry buttercream frosting for our lemonade cupcakes. And we are done. We are ready to get our tablescape on and get all of this yummy, delicious food out there. I cannot wait. This is absolutely the perfect spring-inspired menu for Mother's Day. You're gonna love it, I promise you. First thing I need to do for our raspberry buttercream frosting is take some fresh raspberries and get them in my food processor. I'm going to puree them up nicely. Then I am going to force them through a fine mesh sieve. That is going to remove all of the seeds from it. We'll be left with about 6 or 7 tablespoons. I'm going to put that in a saucepan. We're going to let that reduce by half, and then we're going to put it in the fridge to cool completely. I'm going to put my butters in my KitchenAid. I am actually using a salted butter and an unsalted butter. I am going to whip that until it's pale and fluffy, and then I'm going to add some powdered sugar, the cooled puree, and vanilla extract. And then I'm going to add the remaining powdered sugar until it's light and fluffy. If you find that your frosting is too stiff, you can add a little cream to it. If you find that it's too loose, add a little bit more powder. You want a firm but smooth and soft buttercream. Now to frost these, I'm going to show you one of my tricks. I use disposable piping bags and I drop my tip right inside. You want to work it all the way down to the end until it can't go any farther. When it's in there nice and tight, you're going to take a pair of scissors. You're just going to kind of clamp it down around the end that's inside there and rotate it. This will actually snip off the end perfectly. You just pull that off and you are ready to frost. How fun is that? Now I'm going to fill my bag with my frosting and I am going to push it all the way down to the tip. I'm actually using a star tip because as you squeeze it out, it'll kind of make a rose shape and make the top of the cupcake pretty, which is what I want. And now we are going to assemble our cupcake. This is the fun part. I am going to take a fresh raspberry and I am going to place it right on top of the center of our cupcake. I am actually going to pipe the icing around it. It's a nice little fun surprise that's right there in the middle of the cupcake. You're not expecting that fresh fruit in the middle, and I think it's just another added touch. And to cap this cupcake off, we are going to add a little yellow straw in there, almost like it's a refreshing little cup of lemonade. And I will add just a tiny little sprig of mint to the top of all of these in the end. It's just to make them pretty. It does add to the flavor. It all counts when doing the cupcakes. It's a visual, it's a taste, it's everything all wrapped up into one. How stinking cute is that? Let's get the rest of these assembled. Our feast is done. Pardon the darkness as I walk through my hall of fabulousness. And now we are going to head out to the deck. And we're going to get this table all ready. But I wanted to show you guys something. So last year, the hubby and I went to IKEA at the end of the summer. It was about July, August. And we found 2 gorgeous outdoor tables that we purchased. One was $250, one was $500. Worst tables ever. Look at this. Look at this. The whole table has peeled. This was the $500 table. Completely peeled off. Looks awful. Here's the other table, same thing. Now we do live in New England, but we've had no snow this year. So, look at this. Look at that. Awful. $500 for this crap. So, I ordered a tablecloth for this space, and we are going to get this space decorated for our Mother's Day meal. So the first thing I did was go on Amazon and ordered this gorgeous outdoor waterproof tablecloth. I am super excited. Look at how beautiful that is. I love the tassels that it has on the end. But more importantly, it's made for outdoors. So, now I'm gonna use what I have. I've just gone around my house. I buy picks when they're on sale. I never know what I'm gonna use them for, but I put them aside and it works out perfect for instances like this. Like I can take this apart and use it. I have these gorgeous lemon picks with the leaves. This is gonna be perfect for my tablescape. These are my berries from my kitchen window and I love them. You don't need to spend all kinds of money to have a gorgeous tablescape. You can walk around your home and look for items that will enhance the meal you are preparing. You can look for colors. You can look for anything that you have in your home. Borrow those pieces to put on your table. You can even use nature items like live branches, live leaves, live flowers, whatever you want. I simply went around my house. I found items that I had in other locations. They were perfect for the theme of my meal I'm serving, and it just makes a beautiful little tablescape without spending any money whatsoever. When you're hosting a meal, I am of the variety that firmly believes that every last detail is important, whether it is chargers that go under your plates or gorgeous plates that actually go with the theme of your dinner, like these beautiful citrus plates I found on clearance sale at Michael's. It all adds to the visual that I'm trying to create. And I really have to say, I truly think my table came out gorgeous. I absolutely love the simplicity of the centerpiece. The table is set. I've laid out all of the delicious spring-inspired food from our spring-inspired menu. And honestly, I think this is going to be hands down the absolute best Mother's Day brunch menu I have ever put together. It's not traditional. It's not the same old, same old. This is an absolute refreshing delight to have. This is the Mother's Day brunch menu of 2023, and I would love to hear how you guys like it if you make these dishes. Well, guys, thanks so much for joining me today as I share these delicious and refreshing Mother's Day brunch recipes with you. This is so perfect. I am telling you, they will sing your praises if you make this menu. Now, don't forget to pop into the video description below, hop onto each of the links, go over to my blog, print these off because I can promise you these are recipes that you want to add into your recipe rotation for the summertime, if you will. These are must-have recipes. You can wow your family and your guests with a light and refreshing, beautiful menu with bold flavors. I will also put a link down below for this beautiful tablecloth. Very affordable. I really, really love it. So glad I bought it. Just in case you want it too, I will include that as well. It is beautiful, it's spill proof, it's easy to clean, it is everything outdoors. And the neutral color of it will make switching up my tablescapes so easy. Now, if you thought these recipes looked and sounded delicious, please give this video a thumbs up. And I would love for you to give them a try and let me know what you think about them. They are all so delicious, but I am telling you, you are not expecting the flavors they bring to the table. If you enjoyed this type of recipes, also give this video a like so I will know to bring you more content like this. I do pay attention, guys, and I learn just as much from you as I hope you do from me. So once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys real soon. Happy Mother's Day. Bye.